Venture funding for startups in Singapore fell slightly in the first 9 months of the year to 11.4 billion Sing dollars. Now, that is compared with 11.6 billion in the same period last year. Enterprise Singapore says that the total value of later stage investments fell by 25%, but early stage investments grew 45%. Now, despite the challenges, the agency says that the government will remain steadfast in rallying behind startups.
How can Singapore anchor our position as a gateway and a partner to both the region and the world? This requires that we deepen our understanding of how others work to complement the needs and strengths of each market. We should also continue to cultivate mutually beneficial relations with neighbours and like-minded countries across different dimensions of government, business and individuals.
Mr. Rong was speaking at the SLINGSHOT Grand Finals for tech startups. Over 3,600 companies from more than 150 countries took part in the annual competition.
The same as a $10,000 device.
And a Singapore-based startup has won the grand finals of the SLINGSHOT competition. Peptobiotics is a company focused on developing the world's first synthetic biological alternative to livestock antibiotics. It beat all others at the global startup competition organised by Enterprise Singapore and held during Switch. Winners got grants and mentorship opportunities to grow their business here in Singapore. And for more on Singapore's startup landscape, we are joined this evening by Jonathan Bester. He's founder of Peptobiotics. And we're also joined by Cindy Ngiam. She is director of Switch. Good evening to both of you. And Jonathan, let me begin with you. A huge amount of the antibiotics that we have are being used in farm animals, and these are antibiotics that we humans need as well. Now, put into context why it has been so critical that the farming industry gains access to an alternative to antibiotics. What problems were you trying to solve with your innovation?
I think there's two problems. On the one hand, we're always hearing about how we want to feed more people and those people want to eat more meat. But on the other hand, we want to prevent pandemics, and overuse of antibiotics in animal feed does create antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which kill a lot of people. So regulators and governments around the world are already doing a very good job trying to make antibiotics difficult to use in agriculture and introducing new legislation. We wanted to make it so that farmers could still grow very productively and in a humane way for the animal, but without having to use the antibiotic. So helping them comply with the regulation, but also be productive.
Right, so some important goals there. And Jonathan, you are an experimental scientist. Collaboration in this field has great value for you. Tell us why you chose to base your startup here in Singapore.
I think Singapore's a nexus of a few things. There's great early stage capital for startups here, a lot of support from the government, good local talent, and just access to the Southeast Asian market, which we really see as a good place to launch these kind of products. So I came over here from the UK, and it's been a great experience so far.
Cindy, let's bring you into the conversation now and get a macro view. It is a challenging business environment these days. How are startups here in Singapore faring under this volatile landscape?
Well, I think the startups are doing well. If you look at the investment amount that they have gained over the past 3 quarters, over 517 deals, I think they continue to attract good interest from investors, and they, especially for the seeds and up to Series B startups within the Singapore region. So I think they continue to put forth their value proposition and to continue to prove the economics and the profitability of their businesses.
And Cindy, this is a conversation that we are having, all the time, really. I mean, it is an ongoing and evolving situation when it comes to the startup ecosystem here. Can we actually do more to support Singapore's startup scene, and particularly to attract more local and global talent?
Yeah. So we definitely do a lot with like-minded partners to be able to grow and exist startups within the ecosystem. And I think in the area of attracting talent, we continue to invest in talent in different perspectives. First and foremost, we invest in the local talent through initiatives such as the Global Talent Ready program, where students can have the opportunities to work in startups in overseas attachment that will continue to broaden their horizon and gain new skill sets. We also have initiatives that will continue to facilitate foreign founders who want to set up shop in Singapore to be able to access the kind of network and the kind of assistance that we can continue to provide for them to grow and scale their business through Singapore.
And Jonathan, back to you. Now that you've won this competition, and congratulations for that, scalability perhaps might be on your mind, plus a few other things. What's next for Peptobiotics, and how is it going to grow further?
I think we really want to expand production now that we've kind of completed the R&D phase. We're trying to convert into a company that makes products that actually go on the market and benefit farmers. So we're exploring a few different models, either to build the factory in Singapore or perhaps in Malaysia or overseas. And get these products to a level where we can actually be providing commercial volumes.
Well, Jonathan, we wish you the very best with your endeavours. Jonathan Besser there from Peptobiotics, and Cindy Ngiam, Director of Switch.